Despite her pretty looks, Dakota Ditcheva
Come on in.
Down the fence.
We're ready.
displays an unprecedented level of violence, right? A graceful lady with devastating striking.
Oh, beautiful work. Hard shot to the body. Dangerous. Dakota Ditcheva
Holds a record-breaking knockout rate in the cage. Without the spotlight, belongs to the long-legged PFL champion, who might soon outshine any MMA stars. Born into a Bulgarian English family in the summer of 1998, Dakota followed in the footsteps of her mother, Lisa Howarth, a multi-time world champion in Muay Thai, kickboxing, and karate. By the age of 4, she was introduced to the art of combat, and her parents chose Muay Thai as the main discipline for their daughter.
Okay, I see ya.
While her classmates were chasing likes on social media, the 16-year-old Ditch was collecting titles on the brutal rings of Thailand. A charming smile and a ballerina's physique could easily distract an enraptured viewer from her dagger-like front kick and the machine gun combinations of this fiery girl, who rarely left it in the hands of the judges. Even before turning 18, Dakota's striking arsenal was deeper than her wardrobe. The referees having a look, providing free makeup services to her opponents. She claimed victory at the 2016 World Championships in a prestigious Muay Thai organization. So 2 wins in quick succession, but that was only the beginning of her journey. A kick in the British Valkyrie added several more stoppages to a record step-in.
To a record.
Step in long knee again.
And the long knees, and that's her brag early.
And seeing the rise of women's MMA in 2018, she decided to flaunt her manicure in the small gloves. In order to get used to the grappling, Dakota stayed in the amateurs for a while. Her interest in jiu-jitsu proved fruitful as well, straight away mixing up her vicious striking. Dakota showcased impressive progress in close-range combat, by the end of the round having transformed into a well-rounded mixed martial artist in about 3 years. She finally switched pro, making her debut in 2021. Dakota was throwing up and down, switching stances on the fly. Going in, finishing the execution in the first round. Consistently uplifting fans' spirits and keeping persistent opponents at bay with signature kicks. But Dakota is really picking her off. Diva never forgot to imprint her front kick on their faces several times. Gradually ramping up, precise combinations. Johnson in a corner, but in the clinch, Dakota, the knees, the elbows. This young lady likes the strike. Flavored with John Jones-esque tricks. So she can now get the job done on the ground, if needed. Dakota gifted with a rare combination of runway-worthy looks and fighting mastery. Dakota didn't linger on the regional scene for long, deporting her opponents back to OnlyFans one by one. Dangerous in 2022. The 5-0 striking hottie drew the eye of the PFL promotion, which operates a regular season and a playoff stage like in team sports. The only drawback for athletes from Muay Thai backgrounds is the organization's ban on elbow strikes, which applies to all bouts except championship ones. Joining the flyweight division at 125 pounds, the 24-year-old Ditcheva had no intention of disappointing her mother, so when Hasna Jabbar spun a windmill right out of the gate, Dakota punished these wild haymakers outside. Drops in the ensuing clinch. A single knee was enough to score the fastest victory of her career. Out of her element here, she's hurt to the body. That's it. Rich Mitchell waves it off the knee. Returning 3 months later with a blown kiss, Dakota stuck to her winning recipe. First, stuff the adversary with front kicks, seasoned with crosses. A lot of clinch work so far. A good job of getting that shin pin there, or hammer from the top. Ditch steps out, and after turning up the heat to the boiling point, Dakota Ditch out. It's time to serve against the shot and a right hand. Following this anvilous knockout, household chores were willingly handed off to the men. In 2023, Ditcheva headed to the PFL European Grand Prix. In the first bout of the tourney, she habitually pinned her foe against the fence, flirted with knees, and tripped her down on the mat. Dakota threatened a crucifix to take the...
Congratulations from Mom.
I'm not going to interrupt while you celebrate with Mom. I mean, come on. Did you want to showcase your ground skills?
Yeah, I really did, and I came out and I did it tonight, and I'm very proud of myself for that. and show that I'm not just a striker in these flyweights. You need to be careful.
You need to be careful going into the semifinals in Paris. The ladies boosted traffic to a certain black and orange website. The battle-tested Cornelia Holmes snacked on a jab and a low kick, smiling when she walked in, then tried to take the action to the canvas. She utilized him so well with that jab, but this is a good takedown for beautiful work. The boat women, though, stuck in Holmes' embrace like a stepsister for most of the round. Dakota managed to break free with the help of her clinch work. Knees coming up, ending the stretch on her own terms. Now goes back to work with some knees, offers a few as well. In the second round, she fired a right hand and fenced with the kicks. So long and ranging weight class she has. Tried to go right back, however, Holm proved more tenacious than a Jehovah's Witness. Duvo was finding her target more often. Her opponent watches, these women showing a low fatigue. And after the anti-elite massage, that stabbing front kick, here's a win for her legs. Cornelia Holm, for these came the final combo. Dakota Ditcheva with a third round finish, mixing it up to the body and head seamlessly. The British beauty added another scalp to her resume put away by the time of the finale in Dublin a couple months later. Dakota had successfully made weight, watched her beloved Manchester City's 2023 squad play, and in high spirits set off to claim the strap. The aggressive Valentina Scatatizi knew that wrestling was her only path to success, but in order to get there, she needed to survive Dakota's Thai plums. For the rest of the round, we might not see it. Opportunities, I don't think she's going to be able to see out of that eye. They're from Dakota Diva. The referee consulted with the ringside physician and made the only correct call.
What an impressive performance from Dakota. Some of the best Muay Thai striking in mixed martial arts I have ever seen. Honestly, I can only liken her to Anderson Silva, which is a massive credential to have on her belt. Dangerous!
With the European PFL belt secured and $100,000 in prize money, Dika's first order of business upon returning home was taking her father to a city match, racking up 10 wins with 9 finishes and not a single misstep in a span of just 3 years.
Right hand.
She's going to be super nice, and here's a big takedown, finding herself under the accomplished submission artist. The daring Dakota attempted a triangle. Now she set up a triangle, and taking advantage of a momentary lapse, managed to regain her footing between reversing the position in the clinch. She finally broke free from Bishop's grasp. Good hand control by Dika from that moment on. The oppressive Muay Thai machine was on the winning tracks. It's going to be unbelievable, signaling that she wouldn't entertain the ground game. Dika carved her path to the final, goes immediately on the attack, it's trouble, and that doesn't first round finish, and Dakota Gima face-lifting knee from double collar ties, and a sharp, nearly imperceptible front kick drained Bishop's will to resist. Dakota dismantled an elite grappler inside a round, proving her MMA potential to the remaining handful of skeptics. The climactic event of the entire 2024 season took place in November in Saudi Arabia. Dakota made sure to catch a live match featuring Ronaldo.
The football team that Ronaldo plays for, we're going to watch them tonight. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do when I see him. Ronaldo! Play, that's for sure.
When the game ended, she still had her evening training session. Yes, after all, in the battle for the gold and the accompanying $1 million bag, she would go up against Tyler Santos. The former UFC title challenger had nearly lost a controversial split decision to Valentina Shevchenko a couple of years prior. Since then, Santos had notched 3 wins in the PFL, entering the contest with an impressive 22-3 record and a slew of finishes, making her a formidable threat on paper. She slapped on the rear naked choke in the championship bout. Elbow strikes were finally permitted. Fights. Santos was too focused on chewing up Dakota's legs early in the first round and failed to see a crisp 1-2 coming her way. Seeking refuge in the grappling, she was surprised to find herself helpless there as well. Back on the feet, Dakota used front kicks to set up a cross push kick twice, followed by an encore from southpaw, that's finally. And after landing her signature, kiss with a soul kick. Both fired off a combo with a long-forgotten elbow strike. Beautiful right hand and an elbow to finish that combination. She has Tyler Santos hurt in the second frame. He disoriented Santos, tried to rely on her grit. Well, Dakota unleashed a pallet of kicks rarely seen even among male athletes. To observe stuffing Santos's last-ditch takedown attempt in the midsection. Dakota unloaded a barrage against the fence, pushed to the face, Santos not trapped in the cage. Santos folded, with her liver leaking out. Santos in trouble. Gets her to the battle again, running over a worldwide top 5 ranked girl without breaking a sweat. Dakota secured her 14th career victory and her 4th consecutive knockout via body shots, receiving the coveted belt from her mother. 25-year-old Dakota became the youngest champion in PFL history, with 7 figures added to her bank account. She cemented herself as one of the elites. A stunning combination of beauty, Aweo lethal skills in the cage is going to be unbelievable. Sweet humility and a charming smile, right hand Dakota Ditcheva is poised to be the next superstar defense. Faster than stand back up 4 body shot finish since Ronda Rousey's retirement. Women's MMA has steadily lost popularity. Perhaps the British Valkyrie is the one to reignite widespread interest in the sport once again. The Dakota Onawi alien and the body. If you enjoyed the video, front kick the like button, subscribe to the channel, and vote for sport.